Welcome back to the Dolls Room. This will be the last video for this year, 2016, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I received something a little bit different. So, as you can see, this is a Moana Collector's Edition. You can see it's limited edition to 6,500. And I'm going to do a box opening. I normally don't do box openings because I really like to have that time to kind of take the doll in rather than worrying about what's being captured on camera. And so I did cheat a little bit. I've already opened the outer layers. I haven't taken her out of the box yet though, because I really wanted to share with you how she is displayed in box. And obviously, being a collector's doll, most people, I imagine a lot of collectors are going to keep her in box as is, but that's really not my style. I want to move her around, I want to try different things with her, so today she's coming out of the box. And the reason that I wanted to share this video is this design, the design of this box is different than anything I've ever experienced. As I mostly have been collecting pull-ups. I haven't collected, this is the first of the Disney collector's dolls that I've ever had. It's not a collection that I intend to dive into because I feel like these dolls are really a lot more for display than the Blythes and the pull-ups that I collect. And the reason that I collect them is I like to take them out for photographs. And I like to be able to give them kind of a personality. I like that their eyes move, that these Disney dolls are very set in their facial expression. And so that limits what I feel that I can do with them. But yet, I think that this Moana edition is just so gorgeous. I fell in love with her. I considered her a number of times. I went to the Disney store in person and looked at her. I went back and looked at her again. But I walked away from the opportunity and we were traveling, my husband and I. And when we got home, which was yesterday, he surprised me. He had mail ordered her. And she arrived just in time and it blew me away. I was completely surprised. Okay, so looking at this a little bit more closely, this first layer kind of slides off. So let me see if I can do this somewhat gracefully. It's questionable. All right. So this is really, really cool because it's kind of an open window, right? So I imagine a lot of collectors display them at this stage where you can see a lot more of what's inside, and also it's protected still from dust. But this is really beautiful, I think, this layer. So obviously you can. There's no plastic, there's no enclosure. So then the second layer of this box is this plastic sheath, which I did not put, I didn't put in very well last time I opened her, so it is meant to slide in all the way so that then this layer closes all the way as well. All right. So here we go. Second layer is the plastic sheath with all the lovely corresponding island designs. Wind and surf and all of that. And then you can see her nice and clearly. She's beautiful. So she has sandy feet and the little palm anklets. She has her little piggy and her little rooster hey. She has this beautiful skirt, which I will be going into detail. The detailing on the sash around her waist, her top, And then another little palm arm design, a beautiful necklace, this gorgeous, fierce, and yet very feminine and beautiful expression, and this little crown. She has an oar decorated with feathers, and then the background looks very much like Kauai, which is one of the only 2 islands I've ever visited in the Hawaiian chain. Not that Moana comes from the Hawaiian Islands, but similar geography anyway. And then of course her certificate. So I received the 48th of the collection. I will not be opening the certificate. I'm gonna keep it in here. I don't have plans to resell this doll, but if I ever change my mind, I want to make sure that I have kept all the pieces in as good of a condition as possible. And then finally, this layer also slides out. So I think as a collector you can choose various stages in which you could display her in her box. There's a lot of literature back here. And finally, a little bit more close up. I will be taking her out of the box completely to share with you, but I'll spare you the 20 minutes that that will take. As you can see, all this tape and straps and all the regular things that are used to position a doll very securely in the box. Again, for the type of collectors that like to keep them as they arrive. Okay, so as you can see, I opened the box and then I took away the plastic thing and I completely removed her from the backing, which was a project, let me tell you, because she's definitely put there to potentially be there permanently. And then I've displayed her like this, which I think is kind of funny, and I've titled this display "Think Out of the Box" because it just seems sad to me that with all the detail of her accessories, that somebody wouldn't take them out and take the time to look. But at the same time, for those of you that really do want to keep her mint, here's an opportunity to look at these a little bit more in detail. So here's the oar, and you can see the etching, the carving, what would have been beads and shells and maybe palm and feathers, rope and twine. There's her handle. And then the staff of the oar is also quite detailed and carved. I've put Hey Hey on her hand, which I think is kind of cute. So here he is, all googly-eyed. Okay, so the only thing that I have not removed from the box is this little sandy mound. So again, here's Hey Hey. He's kind of rubbery and his feet are flexible. And under different lighting you can see the color sheens on his feathers. Here's Pua, and he's really cute, and he's very much like a little dog in the movie. He reminds me of my little Ito. He has a little detailing like the the rooster paw prints. Do roosters have paws? I guess feet on the top of his head. And he's a little rough around the edges. The stand is quite interesting. It's sort of this crescent moon, and it literally just goes underneath her skirt and holds her from below. I haven't tried to get it quite flush against her body, so she kind of hovers above it. But she's quite well balanced. As for the doll herself, she has absolutely beautiful makeup, dark thick eyebrows, and kind of a smoky eyeliner, but it really just acts as shading. It doesn't look like she's wearing makeup. She has a bit of a smirk. You'll notice that her face and her hands are a little bit different coloring than the rest of her body, and that's because it definitely is a different kind of plastic. The hands and the face are a little bit softer of a plastic, and her body is a little bit less quality, kind of hard, hollow plastic. But it does have some wonderful mobility at the joints. So within the shoulder socket, the arm can rotate up and down. It doesn't have a whole lot of open and close. At the elbow, she can bend as well as rotate. And at the wrist, again, she can go up and down as well as rotate. So her arms can be shaped into various positions. And I'm going to see about trying to make kind of a stop motion hula dance with her. She swivels quite flexibly at her waistline, and her knees do bend. Her ankles do provide a slight bit of movement, but not too much. It opens up to reveal the stone, which is so symbolic in the film. And it's attached with a piece of plastic to her top, and I haven't taken it apart because I don't think that it would stay on her neck on its own. And her bodice has kind of this clear halter holding it up. I'm not entirely sure that that's necessary. I think the halter would probably, or rather her top would stay on quite well without it. And it is Velcro. Her sash also has a Velcro enclosure, but it is sewn on permanently, or I suppose that could be detached. Her skirt is also closed with Velcro on the back, and she does have painted on underwear. So sewn as a bottom, almost petticoat layer of her skirt is this. It's actually just made up of thin little threads, but it definitely looks like straw or hay. But you can see here how it's sewn on as part of her skirt, and then her skirt folds down over it. And then her skirt, which is made up of a kind of canvas material with sort of lacing and embroidery, and what you can kind of catch on the camera here, which are these little water drop droplets, which are very beautiful. This itself has two layers to it, and the top lace portion has little tassels all the way around. Her sash and her top have a similar embroidery design that looks very much like tribal markings, and then all across her bust is this chain of pearls. She has a plant cuff on her left upper arm, which is removable. And two similar cuffs made of what looks to be like palm and shells at her ankles, and they are also removable, and being a little bit more gentle around her ankles and feet because I don't want to compromise this beautiful sandy layer that does have glitter specks to it. Just beautiful detailing that they have put on her. And then just as a comparison, look at the difference between your regular Disney doll and these 17-inch limited editions. I definitely recommend this doll. She's gorgeous, she's unique, and you can still find her at the Disney store either in person or online. Best of luck. I hope that you love her as much as I do. Thanks for watching.